The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
What's happening, Octo family? It's been a second, right? We're going to jump right in. We got a cool one. I am still so far behind. I feel like I still have like 10 videos I could put out. I think doing these live streams during the week definitely help out. Do you guys like them? Let me know. We're going to dive right in. This is about a fuel cell truck startup called Hyzon. I've never heard of Hyzon before until mid last week when this came out. Got a title here that says they're agreeing to merge with Decarbonization plus SPAC. Y'all see my video on decarbonization? What was it, Monday? Did y'all buy in? I hope so. 20-something% of your money at least. The deal is set to value the combined company at more than $2 billion New York based. So based out of New York. Hyzon counts total among investors. Not sure what that means. This is of course written by Mrs. Jillian Tan, the epic writer for all SPAC Street rumors. Hyzon Motors, a fuel cell truck startup, has agreed to go public via merger with Decarbonization Plus Corporation. According to people with knowledge of the matter. Secretary, who is it? Who does Jillian got the connection with? She's got a connection with the secretary, the maintenance guys, something. Special purpose acquisition company has held discussions about raising new equity to support the transaction. That values the combined entity at more than $2 billion. Some of the people said requesting an envoy because they don't want to be let it know because that's private. A deal could be announced within next week, though, she said. Did anyone hear this or hear my video on Monday and not jump in? We calculated this out, and there's over like 87 or 88% chance that when Jillian puts out an article like this, it comes true. What do you think about that? Representatives Hyzon and Decarbonization Plus, of course, did not comment. The shares of the SPAC parred a gain as much as 26% in early Friday trading, trading up 18% to $16.25 as of 10:22 a.m. New York time. Decarbonization, as y'all might know, started out at $226 million in the MERS and back in October. Hyzon spun out from a Singapore-based Horizon Fuel Cell Technologies, PTE, which has been developing fuel cell technology for commercial applications for 20 years, which is huge. The startup, which counts Total SE among its investors, makes hydrogen-powered big rigs, buses, and coaches. So this is a big boy hydrogen play, but it's not just some random one that's starting up. These guys have been around for a long time, and they're the most powerful in the business in the world. So this is like the unicorn of hydrogen. Think they're going to do all right? I think they should. Of course, y'all might know about hydrogen. How about the start of Nikola? I've talked about that. They listed its shares in July, and the blank check company Vector IQ acquisition, despite zero revenue, Nikola quickly saw its market cap go to $28 billion. Y'all remember that? Was anyone buying SPACs back then, or is that what got you to know about SPACs? According to Bloomberg, fuel cell technology could go to capture as much as 30% of the bus fleet's volume globally by 2050. It's a long ways away. As much as 75% of the heavy vehicle fleets, with growth driven primarily from China and the European Union. So I didn't realize China was really big on that, but I knew the European market was, so that's good to know. China's huge on that too. Fantastic. Get this, Hyzon is headquartered at a former General Motors company facility in Honeycomb Falls, New York. What do y'all know about SPACs and ties to General Motors? They usually do pretty well, right? In July, it announced plans for a plant in the Netherlands as part of a joint venture with Holcim Clean Technology BV. So we got the Netherlands in there too. It also has unspecified manufacturing activities with an undisclosed partner in Shanghai. Y'all know it could be big over there. And operations in Australia. Australia, yeah. Hyzon says it already has more than 400 commercial vehicles on the road using its fuel cell technology. All right, better than zero. You know, I wish it was 40,000, but not really. We're all about the dream station. We're all about what can be, not what is, right? It expects to deliver about 5,000 fuel cell powered trucks and buses by 2023. That's pretty big numbers. So in like 2 years, they're going to have 5,000. And you got to realize these buses and semis, these aren't cheap. These aren't little cheap $20,000 rigs. These are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. and its targeted annual capacity of around 40,000 fuel cell electric vehicles by 2025. That is crazy numbers right there. So I'm guessing these new plants are going to allow them to scale like crazy. I think it's cool that they're all over too. We got US, Australia, Shanghai exposure. Pretty neat. In August, Hyzon inked a deal with Australian mining company Fortescue Metals Group Limited to build a hydrogen fuel cell buses. So there's a supplemental synergy play y'all might want to get into. I haven't had time to look it up yet. Let me know. Y'all already in that one? EV companies include Fisker and Arrival have agreed to go public with SPAC mergers. Yep. Okay, moving on from that article. They don't have an investor presentation yet because this is still in the rumor stage, but they have great information on their website. It's easy to read. Here's the medium duty trucks. This is going to be like the last mile delivery stuff, but still long term. You can go long with these things for sure. Zero emissions, low cost of operation, and fully customizable. Take it. Totally take it. It looks modern. It's cool. This isn't just like a rip out the guts and put in their stuff. This is a full kit and caboodle. Now, to clarify, they do the rip out the guts and put in their stuff thing already, though. They're already doing that, and they've been doing that for a long time, all over the world. But they're moving on to their own rigs, and I'm sure that's what this SPAC is going to allow them to do, is get the allocated money they need to build these things from the ground up. I want to know who's building them. Maybe they are. Pretty crazy that they're planning on seriously building these from the ground up in all those different locations. That takes a lot of guts and preparation. The reason I like it is because I feel like we're already there. They already did the groundwork. They've already got everything laid out. They just need daddy's money. Thank God for SPACs. Then we've got the City and Coach, big city bus. Y'all ever been on a city bus? I am a proud non-bus rider. Thank God every day. I don't think I've ever ridden a city bus before, which is great. The thing with fuel cell too is a lot of times you get a little bit longer coverage map area with them compared to like just straight lithium batteries. And the cool thing is too is you can completely source it from green stuff. So you can get the energy from solar or from windmills into the fuel cell, juice it up, right? And then we've got the big old heavy semis. Awesome. 250 to 380 miles per range. You know, I know Hyliion, they have more of like a hybrid thing, but they can go like 1100, but it's more of a hybrid. I think this one's 100% hydrogen fuel cell, which is good. Like, if I was a business owner, I want to keep to one way to do things. Like, if y'all have ever managed people before, having to teach people new things and have them remember more than one or two ways to do something, it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, but it is when you're asking other people to do it. It just is what it is. So if you can tell them to go to one place and fill up only there and use this exact thing, only put it in that hole, it'd be a lot better for businesses to adapt, I believe. They're also keeping up on articles, you know, every month, more than every month. They're coming out with stuff. Hyzon Motors, they just offered auto driving tech and zero emission trucks after signing a new deal with United Kingdom based aid drivers. So they just signed an auto driving deal. So they got auto driving versions of these with the UK with another brand called aid drivers. That's huge. And that just came out 2 weeks ago. And then 2 to 3 weeks before that, Real Energy soars on deal with Hyzon Motors to build hydrogen refueling chain. So we're also getting let's call it charging stations, right, for hydrogen. So not only they're going to own the whole pipe. They sell the motors. They got the best motor in the world. And it's been proven by third party. They've also got the whole shell, but now they've also got a way to charge it. They own the whole moat. I love this. It's Hyzon, the Tesla of trucking. An article came out in December and said, Hyzon gets the elevator pitch treatment. Interesting article. Come read it if you want. It's on the website down in the description. Shown here versus others, 4x the power into one module coming soon. Wow. So this is another thing that is done, as far as I can tell. They are, again, just in that phase where they need a little bit more daddy's money, and then they can mass produce it. So it's already they've got models that are working and stuff, but they need to mass produce it. That's why they're starting all these 3 different plants around the world. It's going to allow them to do that. 4x the power of the rest, that's big. We're not talking like 40% more power, 4%, 400% more. It's incredible. Zero carbon end to end. Like I was saying, you can go from geothermal, wind, or solar. It's a total green play. Everyone's going green next at least 4 years. At least that's the pitch. Worldwide impact, again, this isn't just the USA, it's not just Europe, it's Australia and Asia. They've been around for a long time. In 2006, they had this car here, which is very interesting. This is the Horizon H Racer. It was named Time Magazine's best transport invention. So this is like a race car made out of hydrogen fuel cell. Why this really excited me is because if they could do this in 2006, and we're 15 years past that, they can make another one and probably, of course, make it better. So that means in the future, they could easily come out with a self-driving taxi thing made out of with hydrogen fuel. I mean, that's super sick. I remember back in oh my gosh, when was it? It would have been like the year 2000 or 1999. BMW had like a supercar that went over 200 miles an hour and was based on hydrogen. Pretty neat stuff, but that plan got pushed out, of course. A distance record in 2007, they broke the world record for Horizon Ultralight Fuel Cell, set a new FAI flight distance record. You hear that? Flight. We can even make things fly. Fuel cell charging launch. So they launched the fuel cell chargers 11 years ago. The sales began 10 years ago in the United Kingdom. Look at this. In 2015, they focused on aerial mobility launch. Horizon establishes aerial mobility lab in Singapore. I think this is going to be one of the new hype sectors. I know it is. I'm 99.9% sure that these electronic vehicle, hydrogen-powered micro airplane things, taxis, are going to be the new bomb diggity. These guys have been working with the homies in Singapore for 6 years now, already figuring it out, and they're using their motors and technology. So that means maybe some of these plays we'll get that are these EV planes or hydrogen fuel cell planes, they're probably going to use their guts, their motors, or maybe they probably have their own already mocked up. It's there. I'm not done. Look at this. How about the Korean rail network? Trains, planes, trains, and automobiles. Supplies 40 kilowatt module for Korean rail network. So the guts for the Korean rail network, they built it 3 years ago. You literally get everything. Trains, dude, that's one thing we haven't talked about. I mean, we've talked about the Virgin Hyperloop thing, but these guys have already been doing it. Has anyone ever ridden that train in Korea? Might be interesting to look up. Hydrogen Motor launches in the United States in 2019, a couple years ago. The world's first 42-ton fuel cell truck in commercial service 2 years ago. So this is the one where they're pulling the guts and replacing it with theirs. This brand is called JMC. I'm sure it's a big semi-truck brand, but they've been doing their stuff for years. Launch of the Rochester, New York location development center in last year. Opening European facility in the Netherlands last year. Fortescue Metals Group contract. So there's that metal play. I was saying that you run as a synergy play to this last year. And then last year also, Heringa ordered up to 1,500 of their trucks. Dude, that's huge. And then there's their charging stations. They look cool. They got screens and speakers and all sorts of rad stuff on it. I like this one. It's not just like a total pipe dream. They have proven record of basically everything they've done. Planes, trains, and automobiles. What do you think? You gonna buy in? You already in? I hope everyone already got in, man. How did you not? Regardless, I think, around 15, 16 bucks for a heavy rumor like that. That says probably next week. And the sector and what others in that sector have done historically. Do you care if you get in at 1641 or 1654 or 1620? I'm not that guy that cares about that. I just want in it. Thank God I'm already in it though, because I'll watch my video for Monday. I already pushed it. I already pushed it in a little bit before it's cool. If y'all haven't subscribed, please do it. It definitely helps out the channel. Also have a Discord where we're sliding deals and doing crazy due diligence on this stuff. Actually, a lot of everyone in there is helping me script stuff, but we're just bouncing crazy ideas and doing some crazy stuff. Even on Friday, we were doing some hardcore background info grabbing and came up with some good stuff, but it is what it is. I just appreciate everyone watching this video. We got big news coming within about a month. I'm going to drop something which has been something I've always wanted to do, and I'm finally doing it. And one of our Discord members talked me into doing it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to dive in. It's going to be super sick. I think everyone's going to love it. We'll see y'all out there tomorrow. Have a happy, safe Super Bowl.
Did you know that we give away free silver? Simply leave a comment on the video, and as long as you're in the continental United States, you can be automatically entered to win. Please friend us on Twitter and StockTwits.